Hi, I'm Chloe Adams, and I sing songs like Dirty Thoughts, Doctor Said, and Pretty on the Inside. And you are listening to The Boys Podcast.
Mom and Dad both tell me I'm alright, 'cause the doctor said you're fine. Oh, well, it's a new day, and I think she's a slut anyway. Pretty's on the inside, a messed up kind of love, so messed up just like us. We're still no match for your eyes on bonfire night. I'm not sorry if you don't like me. Jail time living in my head, jail time when I go to bed. If I had a time machine, I would never leave you, 'cause all the good ones go too soon. She is gone, but she used to be mine. I get dirty thoughts about you, they get worse when I'm without you. You are dead to me, 'cause what you said to me don't ever change like the seasons. We're on fire, might as well take me to hell. So I'll be crying in my bedroom now. Motherfucker, you might think you're great, but one day I'll be dancing on your grave. Roses are red, so is your blood.
Welcome back to another episode of the Boys Podcast. Today is a very special guest. My guest today is a singer and songwriter. Her EP is called The Monster You Made Me, and some of her songs include The Doctor Said, Pretty's on the Inside, Bonfire Night, Time Machine, Dirty Thoughts, Dead to Me, Take Me to Hell, Crying in My Bedroom, and many more. So welcome the beautiful legend herself, my favorite singer of all time, actually, Miss Chloe Adams. Welcome, Chloe.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that. The beautiful legend herself. That was really hyping me up. I'm feeling good. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you on, Chloe. It's been a long time coming. We've both been trying to make it work schedule-wise on both our ends, you know?
I know. My schedule has been a little bit hectic, but yeah, thank you so much. And it's nice to finally get together and do this. So
Thank you. It's an honor. So, Chloe, what have you been up to? How's Chloe doing? How you doing?
Chloe is good. I have I'm at the minute, my husband and I, we've just moved house, so we're here, we're working on house stuff, we are working on music, kind of just being in the house all the time at the minute. I've just come off of tour, so that was a crazy kind of thing, and literally the day after I came off of tour, we got the keys to our new house. So it's been a crazy kind of few weeks. So we're just, like, as you can see, I'm basically in an empty room right now. We just have empty rooms everywhere full of cardboard boxes. So half of my day is spent doing that, and then the other half is making music. So we're good. It's exciting. And it's summer here, so it is actually there's like a heat wave going on in England, so it's a little bit crazy at the minute, because we don't have air conditioning or anything here. We just have radiators to keep the heat in. So our houses are built to keep heat in, so this is not good for us. It's literally 30 degrees today, and we're not used to that.
Well, for us, if you're curious, I'm based in Chicago. That's in the States, in the United States.
Yeah.
For us, okay, our AC, no joke, legit just went out a couple days ago. So we've been trying to, it's so hot here by us, 80, 90 degrees, something crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that is literally our summer because we don't have AC. With global warming and everything, we should really change the fact that we don't have AC, because it looks like this is going to be our summer for the future now.
So England, how is it? I've never been to England. Is it a nice place? I've never personally been. So how's it?
It's a beautiful place. We have some of the best countryside in the world, and a lot of people kind of think that England is just kind of like London, like the city, but a lot of it is stunning. We have a lot of beautiful seaside villages, amazing countryside. I live in the countryside, about an hour and a half from London, so it's very peaceful here, but yeah, the signal is not good.
Oh, you're actually my third guest I've actually interviewed from England, because I've interviewed two, an actor turned rapper, and then an actor. I'm gonna be filming those.
Who were the other two?
Alex Sawyer, he's like an actor and rapper. Do you recognize the name?
I think I might recognize him. I'm not sure.
Okay, well he's really cool. He was in a show called House of Anubis. It's a British show too. I love a lot of British things, by the way. So you but yeah, and then the other guy, his name's Sirtaj Garwal. That rings any bells?
Right. Okay.
But that's the two British people besides you, of course.
I'm the third. Whoop, whoop.
But if you're curious how the nerd Joe here's doing, I'm doing pretty good though. Like just been chilling doing these interviews. Like you saw yesterday, I posted my interview with the guy that plays Dipper in Gravity Falls and other projects the guy's been in. You probably recognize.
Yeah, you're doing so amazing. It's amazing to see.
Thank you. And it's by far though, I'm so happy. Like I get to interview my favorite singer right here. So this is awesome.
You are too sweet. Honestly, love you to pieces.
Really? Thank you. What made you want to become a musician? And who would you say is your biggest inspiration for music? And like, did you have a favorite band or artist, the type of music growing up, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily grow up in like a musical family, because I know a lot of people kind of say, did you grow up in a musical family? Like, is that the reason why you're into music? I didn't. My dad is a hairdresser and my mom is an estate agent, like real estate. So completely, like, they have no idea about music. So when I kind of like showed an interest in it, they were kind of like, oh, this is really sweet, and like she has something to do on the weekend and she has a hobby, but we don't know how to kind of facilitate this besides maybe I would ask them to like take me to shows. Like I would just basically go around pubs when I was like around 13, 14, which isn't really the scene for a 13-year-old young girl, to be fair, but my dad just did it anyway because he just thought, bless his heart, that was how you make it in the music industry. And I just used to sing all the time, but the person that kind of got me into it most was Taylor Swift. I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. It got me massively. I first got into music by listening to country music, which actually isn't like, massively widespread in the UK. We don't really have it on the radio here and stuff like you do in the US. But yeah, and I was massively into country music. I was massively into a band called Train. Do you know Train?
Oh wait, do they sing "Hey Soul Sister"? Hey, I can't sing like you could sing. So
yeah. So I loved Train. I loved their songwriting. And I admired people like that, and I basically just wanted to be like them and do what they do. And it was kind of one of those things. I was in a very nice school, and the teachers were always kind of like, you have to kind of go into law, or you have to kind of do accounting or like something like that. And I was just like, I just want to be like a pop star. And they would just be like, okay, that's not a real career. And I was like, I think you'll find that it is. And I mean, I remember actually on my yearbook, my friends and I like put as a joke, it said like, what are you going to be doing in 10 years? And everyone else kind of put stuff like, I'm going to be doing law or bioscience or something. And then I literally just wrote pop star. And I think they thought it was a joke, and they were very welcoming, don't get me wrong, about the music and stuff that I did. Like, they used to ask me to like perform in, like, we used to have assemblies. I don't know if you have that in the US.
That like almost like a school assembly with the whole, like, all the kids would group up like in the gym.
Yeah, basically in the morning.
Yep.
And I went to a Christian school, and so they would want us to sing like hymns in the morning. We used to have to sing like a hymn. And they asked me to like play guitar and sing in assembly these hymns. And at the time I thought it was so uncool. And I like would either not turn up to do it, or like I would just be sat there like this, like, and now I think like, oh, you idiot, like you should have like really gone for it. But I didn't. I was, 16 and like didn't really care and just wanted to be the cool kid. But yeah, that's kind of like, and then I've been doing it ever since. I met Matt, my husband, when I was about 16, and we started working together. Yeah.
Wow.
We just met through kind of like a music scene, and he wanted to write for a female artist, like kind of like somewhere in the middle of Taylor Swift, Avril Lavigne style songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved both those artists, grew up on both of those artists, and we just started writing songs together. And just doing it casually and stuff. And I used to post covers and he used to help me do those. And the rest is history, I guess. We've been working together ever since, and somewhere along the line became boyfriend and girlfriend, and then somewhere along the line got married, and like here we are.
Wow. So Chloe Ames and Matt Lonsdale?
Yeah, Matt Lonsdale, yeah.
The origin story of the legend Chloe. That's so cool. I'm sorry.
I love you. Oh my god.
Thank you. And I love, you mentioned your covers. I loved your covers. Like, because I've been a fan since 2015 of Heartbeat Song, Skater Boy, Last Christmas. I really like you. Like, those are like my favorite covers you did. Like,
Thank you. Yeah, like we kind of went through an era where we wanted to do pop punk, and so we were like, let's just do pop punk covers and stuff. And then we had cool stuff happen, like Kelly Clarkson seeing that cover, which was a really cool thing. Yeah, I miss that era. I might bring it back a little bit.
I wish, like, I don't, like, for some reason, you probably know, it's like some of them are like gone, like Skater Boy's gone, Last Christmas. Like, you probably know that's your YouTube channel, so you probably.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm a very sensitive soul, and I do the classic thing sometimes where I go back through my history of stuff, and I'll just be like, I cannot watch this, so no one else can.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I have to delete this off the internet. I've done it before. I've had so many messages before from people saying like, why have you deleted this song from Spotify? And I'm like, sorry.
I get that. It's like you self-doubt yourself. Like, you doubt yourself.
Yeah, like,
I get that way too. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I think I heard, like, I think it was Chris Martin who said this once, and he said like the best thing to an artist is the last thing that they've done. Everything else before that, like, they just hate, basically. I could not conform to that more. And it's not that I hate those songs, like all of my previous songs. I have massive respect for them, and you know, they bring comfort to so many, and people still listen to them and love them, and now and again I'll listen to them and I'll be like, this is a sick song. But most of the time I can't listen to that stuff. I just have to like kind of like tunnel vision to the future. So
Like that. I get that way too. Like, I get that, like, because people always, I probably also do, because I always get bullied because people make fun of the way I look and the way I sound. So I'm just telling you right now.
I've had it too. I have had it too. That's the thing, kind of like, especially going through school. I experienced massively. Obviously, I'm not in school anymore, but like when you try and put yourself out there as a teenager online, you are so exposed to people, you know, kind of saying what they want about you. I had it all the time, being like, who does she think she is, like, doing this and stuff. And I used to just ignore it and be like, oh, I'll do bigger and better things hopefully one day, than caring about what you think.
Just think, you're in my opinion, you're famous, so just think you're famous, you're better than all those jerks. So.
Thanks, Joe.
And then it'd be cool too, like if you were tour to the US, that'd be really cool too. For
I would love, it is one of my bucket list things. I would love to tour in the US, 100%. When the demand is there and people want it enough, I will be there. Trust me.
Well, when you and Matt, when both of you guys come to Chicago, treat you guys to good pizza and show you around the town. I got you guys. Okay.
Yes. You know, in the UK we have like, I actually literally have some in my freezer right now. They do like these branded frozen pizzas called Chicago Town pizzas. They are incredible, but like I have no doubt they're like terrible compared to the ones that you can actually get in Chicago.
Like the genuine thing.
Yeah. But they're good. Like, and so until I can visit Chicago, I'll stick on the Chicago Town pizzas.
That's your fix.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned Taylor Swift as like being like a big inspiration. So if I hypothetically, I don't know how, but if I did interview her, can you co-host with me?
Can I what? Sorry.
Co-host, join me to interview her if I ever get Taylor Swift. Okay, I'm just putting that out there right now because if I ever get her, I'm letting you know, Chloe.
Yeah. I feel like I would have about 10,000 questions that I would to ask her. So 100%.
Would you have a heart attack though? Like,
yeah, I would. Yeah.
I love music. So like over the years of your career, do you still keep touch with fellow musicians, like co-musicians, like other people you work with?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry about that. Over the years of your career, do you still keep touch with other musicians, like people you work with? Like Matt is like a fellow musician. Like do you keep in touch with people that you work with?
Have I kept in touch with people that I've worked with? Yeah. To be fair, like Matt and I have been working kind of like very closed for a very long time. So there's not a lot of people that I've worked with, but everyone that I have done, we've worked with a fair amount of other writers and producers before. Yeah, I keep in touch with all of them. It's a very like intimate thing to write a song with someone, so you can't just forget about that person.
Who would you say is the coolest person that you work with? Who's the coolest? By Matt.
Who's the coolest person that I've worked with? There's a writer that Matt and I worked with not long ago. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's called Jake Gosling, and he wrote a lot of the early stuff that with Ed Sheeran. He was Ed Sheeran's old producer. He wrote Thinking Out Loud with them. Crazy. So that was amazing. And he's written a lot of stuff that I am a massive fan of. So it was really fun to work with him. And he's also like such a funny, amazing guy. So he's probably the coolest.
That's awesome. In my opinion too, like you and Matt are like Batman Rob, like a dynamic duo. I'm sorry, you guys are awesome.
I'll tell him that. That's brilliant. We need like a partner name. We always say that our relationship name is like Malloy. I feel like it's a bit weak. It needs to be a bit better.
Adams and Lonsdale. That sounds like a TV show. Adams and Lonsdale. I don't know. It sounds like a crime TV show, like you're solving crime.
Yeah. Like Simon and Garfunkel vibes. Yeah.
Now, can you walk me through like the songwriting process? How did you get the song "Do You Believe in Magic" and Magic Camp? That was a good movie, by the way. And when I heard your song, I was like, "Oh my god, that's Chloe! What the? That's awesome!"
So, did you watch the film before you heard the song, or you watched the film because of the song?
That one.
Got it. Got you. Yeah. So the first part of that question: what's the songwriting process? So the songwriting process varies very differently every single time. Sometimes it could be an idea that Matt has, sometimes it could be an idea that I have. So for example, I'll just give an example with Dirty Thoughts. I had an idea to come up with I had the subject idea. So we were going to write that day. So I came in and I was like, Matt, we need to write a song called Dirty Thoughts. And Matt actually was like, are you sure? Like, that's a bit weird compared to like everything that you've released before. And I was like, yeah, screw it. I was like, let's just do it. Like, no rules.
YOLO. Sorry.
Yeah. And we were going to work on a different idea that day. But I'm very glad that we did, and that song has done a lot for us. So
it's catchy. Oh my god! I'm being honest. Dirty Thoughts is catchy. Being honest,
thank you very much. Yeah, it is catchy. I'm not gonna lie. But so yes, we actually he was like let's work on something else. I'm not sure about that. And we were trying to work on something else, and I was like, Matt, we just need to work on this idea. It's so much cooler than that. So he was like, okay. So he had the acoustic guitar. He was like coming up with this melody, which was the and he basically sang the chorus. He was like, I get dirty thoughts about you, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, let's work on that. So then he kind of starts like a production thing, and I'll kind of like work on some of the lyrics while he's doing that. It's very much a collaborative thing. And then we've kind of, something that we've been doing recently is I record my vocals like separately. We used to do it together, and Matt used to record my vocals. But we used to get in arguments because he'd be like, no, you're doing it wrong. And I'd be like, yes, I'm doing it right and stuff. So, so I was like, look, I think it's better if I record my vocals and then I'll go upstairs, do that. And then you work on this down here. And then we'll come together. I'll pass the hard drive to you and you can stick them in, basically. So that's a really that works really well for us doing that. And we get stuff done a lot faster, which is very important for the process because you can't sit on an idea for a long time. In our experience, we have to kind of just get it out and done fast, because that's when you're most inspired, is when you've just written it. Or so what was the second part of your question? Sorry. Oh, do you believe in magic?
Yeah, how did you get that song Magic?
Yeah, so I have been working with an amazing kind of like sync team at they're called W Songs. They're part of Warner, I think, and I've been working them since I was like 17. Like they took a meeting with me once and I was showing them some songs in the meeting, and ever since then they've kind of come to me with opportunities, or they need a song for this or they need a song for that. So it was a guy called Rich Robinson at W Song, who worked at W Songs at the time. He came to me and he was like, I've heard on the grapevine, that Disney are releasing this new movie called Magic Camp, and they need like a female artist to kind of do a cool song for it. So Matt and I wrote something around the magical theme, sent it off, and they really liked it. So that was it. That was how that got in that movie. But that was a really cool thing. Yeah.
That's really cool. See, like, it's cool. Like when you have like a song featured in a movie or TV show, it's like it must be so cool to have that. It's like, oh my god, that's like a song. Like I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean?
No, for sure, because like some of my favorite songs I've heard in films. Like that's the best way to kind of hear music, especially with like a scene put to it. It's really cool. But the coolest thing was the recent Netflix placement that we got, which was in Do Revenge. Yep. You've seen them? Have you seen the film?
Yep, Do Revenge with Maya Hawke, and oh my god, I'm blanking the other girl's name, but you don't talk about. I'm sorry, I forgot the girl's name. Why am I forgetting?
No, that's so cool. Yeah, that was really cool because that was a different scenario. Like I was actually approached by them and they said, "I'd love to use your song Dead to Me for this scene in this new Netflix film we have coming up, Do Revenge." It's kind of like a teen, pastel coloured, Mean Girls inspired, kind of Clueless inspired thing. And I was like, this sounds amazing. Like that sounds right on my street. So of course I was like, that's absolutely fine. Please use it. And we were kind of expecting to have a very small part in the film, like a very, because it was not intimidating company, but like amazing company on that soundtrack. So there was like Olivia Rodrigo, there was Billie Eilish, like Taylor Swift was on it, which I was like, oh my god. So I was thinking, there's no way that we're going to have a big spot in this film. And then they invited us to the premiere in LA. We were like, I'm guessing, because we hadn't seen the part yet. So we were like, I'm guessing it has like quite a cool part in it. So we went to the premiere and we hadn't seen the scene yet that it was in. And it nearly got to the end of the film and we were like, we haven't heard the song yet. Like, the film's awesome, but we haven't heard the song yet. And it's in one of the last scenes, and it has this awesome scene where it all kind of comes together. And it was literally on for like nearly the full song, which very rarely happens in films. So that was amazing. We were really excited about that, and we obviously got to like meet the cast and stuff afterwards, and they were very complimentary about the music, and it was very cool.
That's so cool. I'm like I said, like that must be so cool to have that, like hear your song in a movie or like TV show. It's like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like you work so hard to get that in there. It's like, I'm sorry. Wow.
No, I'm just as much of a fangirl. So like, don't have to say it. Yeah, it's so cool. So cool.
And then I don't know if you probably know too, like Maya Hawke. I think she's in the movie. She's like a fellow musician like herself.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I haven't listened to a lot of her music, but I need to dig into it because she has an amazing talent.
I'm just mind. Look at now. Can you tell me your favorite and least favorite song by you, if you don't mind?
My favorite and least favorite song. I don't know if I should say the least favorite song. My favorite song. I don't know what my favorite song is. I would say it's actually a song off of the new EP, and it's called Your Blood. It's like my favorite song. Like I said, it's always pretty much the newest thing. But it has been that for a while. So Your Blood is probably my favorite song right now. And my least favorite song, I'm very self-critical, so it's probably the songs that I've like. There's a song called, what is it called again?
Is it one you moved off your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Is it Never Been Kissed? Is Never Been Kissed?
Yeah, Never Been Kissed. Yeah. Yeah, and at the time I love that song, and now and again I'll listen to it and I'll be like, oh, you stupid girl for deleting that. But yeah, we all have those moments, and I am no exception.
So when you delete the videos officially off your channel, you don't private them? Because you could private them too on YouTube. If you knew that.
So with YouTube you can private them. So I private them on YouTube.
Okay, you did private them. Okay, so thank goodness you didn't delete them, because you could still upload it again if you ever wanted to.
Yeah, if I ever need to, yeah. But you I think with like streaming platforms and stuff, they're like permanently deleted. So
oh, sorry, come on.
Sorry, it's like a stab to the heart. No, I know I'm an idiot, but
you're not an idiot. You're just what's it called? Like, you self-doubt yourself. That's why you do, like, people. I understand that. Cole, you're good. I understand.
Yeah.
It happens.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah.
And in my opinion, all your songs are amazing. Like, in my opinion, like the lyrics, the voice, everything. Sorry, Chloe. I'm like you probably think I'm a fanboy, but
You're good. You're good.
Now, can you tell me like the meaning of 3 of your songs? Choose like The Doctor Said, I guess, is one pretty sound. Like, can you tell me some of the meanings behind some of your songs?
Yeah, of course. So Pretty's on the Inside, which one of you mentioned, is a song. It's a song about kind of like teenage insecurities and stuff. I was a very nerdy kid, and I was very chubby as well. Which I really get annoyed at my mom for now, because like I used to be like, Mom, can I have another sandwich? And she'd be like, yes, darling, whatever you want. And now I look back and I'm like, Mom, why did you keep feeding that fat child? Anyway, so I got bullied a lot when I was younger, but it was kind of inspired about that kind of thing, like teenagers going through insecurities, not being able to look in the mirror and like what you see. I think you always have a little bit of that inside of you, no matter how old you are. But you know, as you grow a little bit older, like I'm in my 20s now, and like I feel like I'm a little bit less self-critical of myself. But you know, in your teenage years, you are so self-critical. You're kind of just learning about yourself in so many ways that you're very awkward and stuff, and I was very much that. So yeah,
you're like trying to fit with the cool kids at school, basically.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, I used to like try and be like the class clown, like to try and fit in with the cool kids, and got in a lot of trouble for it. So yeah, but I think everybody goes through that era of their life.
True.
So She Used to Be Mine is actually a cover. So it's
really?
a cover of a song by Sarah Bareilles in
okay.
Yeah, so it's from the musical Waitress, and it's the moment where she's singing it to herself, and she's saying this girl that I no longer am, she used to be mine. And I just thought that was I've loved that song for ages. And you know, I knew that like my fans and my following would love that song as well. So I did the cover on TikTok and then released it afterwards. But I love that song so much because I can relate to it so much, you know, feeling not like the girl you were like a few years ago, like, but, you know, and saying like she's imperfect, but she tries, she's messy, but she's kind. It's just amazing. I love her. She's one of my favorite songwriters. So.
And then for Dirty Thoughts, I'm assuming the meaning behind it's dirty, if you know.
yeah, it kind of says what it is on the tin, really. It's about kind of not being able to get someone out your head, and you know, kind of feeling bad for the kind of feelings that you feel towards them, but really it's just human nature. So yeah.
That's like I said, like that song is like so catchy. Dirty Thoughts is very catchy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I love that song. It's so fun to play live. It's one of the funnest songs to play live because I've kind of like never experienced that before, like where like recently I was on tour with Benson Boone in Europe and the UK, and a lot of his fans obviously kind of like didn't know who I was before I went on stage, which is always kind of like the deal with supporting someone, and by the end of the set it's always nice because they're so much more warming and, you know, want to listen to your music afterwards. But most of the set they don't know the songs, but when I've been playing Dirty Thoughts recently on that tour, it felt like every single person in that room knew the lyrics, and I was kind of like, this is actually insane. Like, I've never met these people before. Like, they didn't know who I was, but they knew the song. So it's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling, but a feeling that I'm hoping I'm going to get plenty more of in the future.
That's cool. That's another cool thing too. Like it must be cool. Like when you're like a musician and you hear like people sing your song along with you. You know what I mean, almost like how Freddie Mercury would be like the A when people would, you know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's so fun. It's so fun, and we do a lot of like crowd participation parts as well, even with the songs that are unreleased or like we do a lot of crowd participation, so kind of everyone kind of gets to know it by the end of it. It's a really fun experience.
Well, you best believe when you come here to Chicago, I'm gonna sing along. When you sing your songs, I'm probably sing along.
I can't wait to come to Chicago.
Awesome.
It's one of those cities I've always wanted to go to as well. All the kind
Really?
of like, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Well, right, like I said, I'm getting you and Matt good pizza and good whatever you guys want to see. Like you can see like the city, sports games, whatever you guys want to see. Anyone.
We're looking forward to it. We are looking forward to it.
Now, if you weren't a musician, what do you think your career would be? Like if you didn't go in music at all, and what other interests and hobbies do you have besides music?
So I mean, if we're going off of like hobbies that I had when I was younger, I was very much into doing art. But I think that had a strong correlation with music because it was my favorite class because I basically got to put my earphones in, listen to stuff while I was painting and stuff. So I loved that. But I've always kind of said if there was any point where I didn't do music or I never got into music, I would always want to have done something that was like super life-changing for people or something. So I don't know, I would have wanted to like be like a brain surgeon or something, or like something crazy that I could. Yeah, now I don't think I could do the studying because it's like so long, and I don't think that would be the route I would go for now. But if I was never into music, but at the time I was so consumed with it, it was all I ever thought about, all I ever wanted to do. So I never even considered those kind of options. But if I was never into music, then I would probably have gone down like that kind of route.
Paging Dr. Adams. Sorry.
Yeah. Dr. Adams in the house.
Now, favorite sports and favorite teams. Do you like sports, Chloe?
I am not a sports fan.
Really?
I am not a sports fan, but Matt massively is into UK football. And I always say it's kind of like the bane of my life because we have to basically arrange our life around when the football's on, and I'm just like, oh, like I really don't care who wins, but yeah, I've never been a sports girl. I was always that girl in school that was kind of like dragged behind in cross country. That was like I hate this. I hate every single second. So I can't say that I have a favourite sports team, but I live in Leicestershire, and Matt is a Leicester City fan, so he would probably want me to say that I'm a Leicester City fan, but my dad and my brother are massive Aston Villa fans, so they would probably want me to say that I was an Aston Villa fan, so let's just say I'm like somewhere in the middle.
Oh, wow. So you're like a sports ball, basically. That's what you call it, sports ball.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow. Now, favorite movies and TV shows.
Favorite movies and TV shows. One TV show I'm watching at the minute, which I am obsessed with, and it's the second time I'm watching it, because I've watched it all before, is Nashville. Do you know Nashville?
Oh, Nashville. Yeah, okay, I've heard of Nashville.
Yeah, I love Nashville. Again, it's got all incredible country music, such amazing artists in it, and then like incredible actors as well as, yeah, so cool. Favorite films, I can never do this. Like when people say what's your favorite film, I couldn't give just like one answer, but I could maybe give you like 10. Like
What's your shout? What's Chloe's pick? What's Chloe's pick?
I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of Tom Hanks. I think he's incredible. He's like my favorite actor of all time. So any Tom Hanks film, any Leonardo DiCaprio film, love bit of Leo. And one film that I love is Father of the Bride.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite films. Steve Martin, incredible. And Steve Martin actually worked on Magic Camp, which was obviously the film that featured one of my songs. So that was very cool because I love Steve Martin.
I'm shocked you didn't say, because isn't your dog named Marty, right? I'm assuming your dog's named Marty because of this, because of Back to the Future.
Yeah, that is the reason. Yeah, Matt is a huge Back to the Future fan. And I love it just as much. But he loves the nerdy stuff. And he always said kind of like, he was like, when we get a dog, like I'm going to call him, he's going to be a golden retriever and he's going to be called Marty. So we now have a golden retriever called Marty, and he's the most like incredible being that has ever been.
That's right. Is that you guys' little son, basically? you
Yeah. I treat him better than I would treat my own child, I feel like. He's literally like my world. Love him to pieces.
I love it. See, my opinion, my favorite movie actually of all time is Back to the Future. So it's like a classic. Like they keep saying they're gonna remake it, but like don't. Like it's a classic.
No, do not remake it. I mean, I'm a big fan of like the Disney remakes, because I feel like there's so many, like, you know, like one day when I have like a kid, I'll be like, we need to watch The Little Mermaid, and you know it's incredible because the old Little Mermaid they won't want to watch because it won't look as good as like the stuff, you know, like I just love the fact that like kids in the future can watch The Little Mermaid and it will look just as good as the stuff that they're watching at the time. But with Back to the Future, I feel like it's not something that they could remake because those characters are so those characters. Yeah. Can't play those characters, then they shouldn't have those characters.
I'm excited for August actually, because in August there's a Comic-Con out here, and I'm actually going to be meeting Marty. Like I paid for a ticket to go meet him. I'm so excited. Michael J. Fox.
Incredible, amazing guy.
Food.
My favorite food is a British roast dinner. Have you ever had one?
Wait, what's in it? What's in it?
It's kind of like it's like a Christmas dinner, basically, like the dinner that you have at Christmas or like Thanksgiving. But like we do it like no other, and we have them every Sunday, so like Sunday dinner. Yeah, it's incredible. Like roast beef and kind of like roasted carrots, roasted parsnips.
Oh man, that sounds
roasted potatoes, yeah, incredible gravy, like so good. Yeah, and then like I am a big chocolate girl, like, and I have been as a child, so anything chocolate, I will pay my right leg for. So I'm a massive like chocolate fudge cake is like
Ooh.
my thing.
So did you ever have the chocolate cake shake? Oh, wait, that might be a thing in England. Did you ever have it?
No, I'm not a massive fan of like milkshakes and stuff.
Okay. Well, if you're curious, okay, this is a lot of calories. It's 10,000 calories they sell now.
Oh my god, that's
You
like the most American thing I've ever heard in my life. 10,000 calorie milkshake.
And then, what's your least favorite food? I'm curious. Since you said your
Least
favorite
favorite
foods, yeah, what's your least?
I don't know. I have a thing against beetroots because I remember when I was younger, like I was like in school and this boy in front of me, he was having beetroot for lunch and then he like vomited it.
Oh, sorry.
Like his vomit was not to be horrible, but his vomit was purple.
What?
So I've never ever been able to eat beetroot ever because it's just that is ingrained in my mind.
The PTSD.
Yeah, it is. It's PTSD for beetroots.
So when you and Matt come, do not give you guys beats. You're saying, don't give you guys.
Yeah. No, I'll run the other way.
Now, are there any projects you have in the works? Like any new singles, albums, tour? I know you got a tour in November. Any?
Yeah, so I'm working at the minute on another EP.
Ooh.
So we're just working on that, trying to decide what song's gonna go first, what the order of things. And then we are touring in November, which is my first headline tour ever, which is really exciting. So I can't wait for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's dope. Any new songs in the works? I'm assuming there is. But...
There is, yeah, but I'm not going to say anything just yet because they are not like solidified. I would hate to like say something and then it doesn't end up being the song. So it's very much in the process, but there'll be new music very soon.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'll be I'll be listening to it right away. So I got you.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Yeah, I'm excited for people to hear it. It's really good.
Awesome. Now, what advice would you give younger people who want to become a musician? What's your advice?
My advice for young people wanting to become a musician. I mean, firstly, do it if it's your passion, but only do it if it's your passion because it's one of the hardest industries to ever get into. The business side of it is kind of messed, but the other side of it is one of the most incredible things you'll ever do. So but my advice would be just because like there's so many thousands of songs that are uploaded to Spotify and everything every single day, so there's so much noise that you have to kind of break through. So my advice would be to think outside the box to get yourself heard. Like you can't just be doing the same as everything everybody else is doing. You have to kind of think outside the box. But that would be my advice. I'm still just winging it as well, so I don't feel like I could give any advice, but if you want my advice, then there is.
Also, like take advantage of the social medias, like post on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's like a given. Yeah, post. Use every kind of application that there is. Use the internet because it is one of the greatest gifts that our generation has been given in terms of getting your voice heard and kind of doing what you want to do and sharing your story.
Yeah, I always for advice too. I always like to like stay humble. Remember where you came from. You know what I mean, like stay grounded. You know?
100%, yeah, because I feel like people can tell if you're not humble. If you're like your head is someplace else, people can tell and like they'll just see right through it. 100%.
Well, I could tell you're very humble. You're very humble, Chloe.
Oh well, thank you, Joe.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, would you be willing to come back on for a part 2 in the future? Probably when you have internet. Sorry, Chloe.
Maybe when I have internet, probably. Yeah, of course I will.
Answering some fan questions because I'm sure people are like, oh, I got a question for, because I could be like so and so, like Chloe Adams fan, I don't know, or somebody, and then their question asks, and then the question. They're like a line of questions.
Definitely, I'd love to.
Awesome. Do you have any questions? That's one of my questions.
Do I have any questions? How did you find my music?
I think it was on YouTube or Facebook, one of those two social media apps. From there, I was like, oh my god, she's got like an amazing and beautiful voice.
Just love like finding out how people found the music or how they came across it. It's just always so interesting to me.
And I've been following your journey since, trying to help support, I've been actually sharing your music to friends of mine too to help spread the word.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, every little bit helps for sure.
Guys, spread also the American word. Get you to the US. We gotta get you here.
Yeah, I love that. Love that. We should start like a protest.
Yes. Now, I don't know if you remember me when I sent the questions. Before my last two questions, can you sing a song of your choice? One of your songs.
I mean, my guitar is not with me right now, but I can do a little acapella for you if you like.
Go ahead.
What I will let you choose. What do you want me to do? A little acapella, little segment of?
Ooh, it could be okay. If you could choose it's either Doctor Said, Priest on Inside, or Dirty Lots, whichever one. You choose one of those three.
Okay. I don't look like her. She's in all the magazines, so much prettier than me. You don't know it hurts, staring at my iPhone screen, watching others live their dream. 'Cause mama, she said to me, one day my love you'll see, pretty's on the inside, see it in your own eyes. Look a little closer in the mirror tonight. Pretty's on the inside, but I can't tell my own mind. Maybe if I look a little harder, I'll find pretty's on the inside. There you go.
Oh, sorry, that's a beautiful. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, when you said "mama," "mama," she said to me. I was like, how it's like in the video, like "mama," like how it repeats back. You know what I mean? Like the little. I was like saying it in my head. That was so cool. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been fun.
Yeah. Now, what's one thing you would like to tell the fellow Chloe Adams fam, like the fans, viewers? What's one thing you like to tell the people watching at home? What would you like to say?
I would like to tell them that their support means absolutely everything to me. And I actually feel very honoured to be a little tiny part of somebody's life, to just be a song that is in their playlist, or a song that they put on in the car, like to make them feel better or to make them feel happier. Either way, that's such an honour for me. So I'm just so thankful.
I like that. See, like I said, you're humble, you're thankful, grateful. Like, wow, that's awesome.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Yeah. Anything you would like to promote and shout out, Chloe, that can link down below in the video description.
Yes, my new EP is out now. The Monster You Made Me. The Monster You Made Me, not the monster that you made me. It's some of my best work in my opinion, but I am biased, so listen to it if you like. And also, my tour is in November around the UK and Europe, so if you want tickets, then they are available.
I'll also link down your YouTube channel and your social media pages.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And thank you, and Chloe, for being awesome, amazing guest. I had a fun time chatting with you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And you stay awesome, Chloe.
Stay awesome.